Hello and welcome to session 3 of this video series on learning the Portable Stimulus Standard, or PSS. I'm Tom Fitzpatrick, CEO of Big Fish EDA Consulting, on behalf of the Accellera Systems Initiative and my fellow members of the Portable Stimulus Working Group. In this session entitled Horizontal and Vertical Reuse with PSS, we'll talk about the 2 layers of a PSS model. We'll talk about how we apply PSS at the block level and how we achieve vertical reuse as we move from the block level up to the system level. Then we'll talk about how we define different implementations for the model, depending on our target platform, and how we achieve horizontal reuse by mapping that implementation to the different platforms throughout our verification flow, and also from one project to the next. So let's get started. The key to reuse in portable stimulus is that a PSS model is layered. The abstract model defines what it's supposed to do, and this is the actions and activities, the scheduling of behaviors that we talked about in the previous video. The realization layer is the target-specific implementation of how it does what it does. So let's think about a UART. If we put together a verification environment, we might have a couple of UVM agents that are going to talk to this thing. And we want to think about how we're going to verify this as if we're drawing it on a whiteboard. So we want to think of the critical behaviors. We want to be able to initialize and configure the UART. We need to be able to transmit and receive data from it. So in this case, the AHB VIP is going to model the CPU part of the system. It's going to do the programming of the device. And the UART VIP is going to model the outside world. So when we put together the PSS model here, we need to think about the transaction objects, or the information that we're going to communicate from one action to another. We need to think about the programming sequences that we're going to do, as we see here: initialize, configure, and transmit. We also need to think about how we're going to configure these devices. So what is the baud rate going to be for the UART and things like that. And we can also think about other blocks in the system, in this case, a DMA controller here, where the critical behaviors are going to be loading and dumping the RAM, doing memory copies, and programming the DMA controller to actually do the transfer from one area of memory to another. A typical scenario we might do here is load up data into the memory and then do a couple of DMA transfers and then read the data from the new address and make sure that the data is correct. So if we're going to start doing this now, we need to think about how we're going to allocate memory in the RAM, where we're going to actually put the data as we move it around, what are the system resources available, how many DMA channels do we have, things like that. Then we can compose these into a system level model where we're going to combine the block level scenarios into higher level things. So the critical behaviors now are getting data from the UART into the SRAM, or from the SRAM into the UART. And now after the DMA transfer, we can actually do the UART transmit operation, which is going to require that we, prior to doing that, we also have initialized and configured things as well. So we can compose the sequences and we can constrain these scenarios. So if, for example, our UART can only transmit 64 bytes at a time, then we have to pass that constraint to the DMA transfer so that we only do 64 bytes. We also need to be able to assign which engines in the environment are going to actually do these different operations. And we can have additional engines as well. We might add to the scenario where there's going to be some background traffic, for example, of other things going on. As we move towards implementation, what was originally a BFM in the verification environment may eventually become an actual piece of the design, a model of the CPU, RTL that's going to actually run C code. So now we need to be able to model the exact same behaviors in both UVM and C. And the way we do that is through the realization layer. So for any given scenario, when we generate, in this case, SystemVerilog here, we're going to generate perhaps a UVM sequence that will have a body task that will call methods to implement the functionality of each of the actions in the target language. In this case, SystemVerilog, where I'm going to do a memory write with an address, a data, and a size. I'm going to do a DMA transfer with a source, a destination, a size. And then I'm going to read from the data. So it's up to the PSS tool to generate the infrastructure in the target language to call the appropriate methods according to the schedule defined in the abstract model. And if we target C, we do the same thing. We generate C code that's going to call the C implementation for each of those actions according to the schedule of the model. And we organize our PSS model to be able to provide this flexibility. So for each component in the PSS model, we have its own PSS file, which defines the actions for that component. And then we import the appropriate function that defines the methods that we're going to use for the target language. In this case, for SystemVerilog, we have a do svfill method, which will be mapped to a task in SystemVerilog that will do a loop of write 32s at the destination address, incrementing with size number of calls. Similarly, we can have a C function that will call a C method, do cfill, which will implement the same functionality, but in C. So now we have the ability to take the abstract model and map each action to a specific implementation in whatever target language we want. And the tool will then generate the infrastructure, as we saw on the previous slide, to call those methods to make the scenario happen in whatever target environment we're using. Thank you for your attention, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Please stay tuned for the next session in this series, where we'll talk about PSS data types. Hope to see you there.